All right, a beautiful morning to you all out there. How you doing? Hope you're good. I'm good, and I thank God that I'm alive to be here today again. I'm your host this morning on Beach Talk with Tessie, Teresa DM. Yes, Teresa DM, that's my name. All right, so before we go to our top three stories, I want to say a quickly happy birthday to Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Wishing you more lives in the land of the living. Wishing you prosperity. You have prosperity already. Wishing you more, and more. And again, this Sunday is Mother's Day. So if your mom is still alive, try to get her a gift this week. Try to appreciate her, because our mothers, wow, mothers, they are incomparable. I tell you, our mothers are mothers, and they'll forever be our mothers. Even they're alive or they're not alive, I'm telling you, you will still feel their impact in your life, even if they are not alive. So today, this Sunday is Mother's Sunday. Make sure you get something for your mom if your mom is not alive. If your mom is alive, and if your mom is not alive, make sure you pray for her soul. This Sunday, let's appreciate our mom. And for those of us that our mom are still alive, let's learn to celebrate our mothers. I'm telling you, because once they are gone, they are gone. They are irreplaceable. They are incomparable. I'm telling you, mothers. Even we are mothers as well. All right, the top three stories Pitch Talk this morning is, I'll first start with this fourth sentence. Do you remember the case of this guy that killed his girlfriend, that killed the deputy governor former deputy governor of Ondo State, that killed his daughter, that used his daughter for ritual? The guy has finally been sentenced. The High Court in Ondo has sentenced to death by hanging Wonseidu Adeyemi, the alleged killer of Khadijat Oluboyo, the daughter of former deputy governor of the state. It will be recalled that Khadija was a final year student of the Adekunle Ajasin University, that's AUU, Akubakoko, when she was killed. The deceased body was found inside the room of the killer boyfriend at his residence in Ukiaro area of Akure on July 2nd, 2018. Khadijat, who was reported to be the girlfriend of Adeyemi, was reportedly killed for reasons found to be connected to money rituals, according to the father of the deceased. That's why I keep telling all ladies nowadays, not all ladies, anywhere you're going to, make sure you tell a friend. If you can tell a friend, tell a brother. If you can tell a brother, tell a sister that this is where you are going to. Because I'm telling you, these days now, we all need to be careful. Wherever you're going to, people used to say it, and I used to say it again, that Adecom is not an address. I'm coming is not an address. You tell me you're coming, you leave home, I don't know where you're coming, you're going to. All you just said is I'm coming. So I'm coming is not an address. Wherever you're going to, make sure you tell a friend. If you can't tell a friend, tell a brother. If you can't tell a brother, tell a sister. If you can't tell a sister, you can even tell your enemy in case of incapacity. Because in case they start looking for you, because we have missing people here and there, what they'll say is they were last seen somewhere close to you, somewhere you know, I don't know. So we just need to be careful in this area. All right, now to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Yes, he has gotten a permanent job with Man United. Yes, the Norwegian was recently given Man United job on a permanent basis 3 months after taking over from Mourinho, and I can tell you that Man United fans were them happy yesterday. So just after his appointment, we consider leaving his current abode, Lowry Hotel, for a permanent home. Newly appointed Manchester United manager Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has concluded plans to move into the mansion stage 12 years back. The Norwegian-born tactician was recently handed a 3-year deal at Old Trafford, barely 3 months after taking over from Jose Mourinho on interim basis. During his first quarter, the club manager led the team to 14 wins and 2 draws in 19 matches in all competitions. He also dragged them back into top 4 contention while they are in the quarterfinals of the Champions League, where they will battle Barcelona next month. So just leaving £4 million 5-bedroom property during his playing days and put it on the market after returning to Norway to manage. Since his arrival at Old Trafford in December 2018, the 46-year-old has been staying at Lowry Hotel. However, it has been gathered that he said, "We really enjoyed the last 8 years living in Norway." The club legend said in an interview with Manchester United following his appointment, "It's going to be a change," in quote, "it's going to be a change for them, but we're looking forward to it. The 6 months that we agreed on when initially taking the job on until the end of the season. As a family, we agreed to do it separately as there was no need or use to move them over. That's gone now. Now we are moving together. We built a house, or I started it in 2007, but finally maybe in 2019 we can move into it. There's no planning. I tell you to say congratulations to him. Soldier's 3.4 acre property includes a media room, a utility room, a storeroom, AV room, a first floor study area, a master bedroom with a dressing room, an ensuite bedroom, 4 further bedrooms, a garage, a brick out building with a pool room, a dark room, and a gym. In addition, there's also an extensive rear garden and a front paddock with stables. Soldiers has been managed on an interim basis, replacing Jose Marino, who was sacked in December 2018, and we say congratulations to him. All right. Now the top story of the week, the final one. I don't know, this, like me, myself, I'm going to say that this was the first time I heard this word, endometriosis. Endometriosis, yes, I think that's the best pronunciation of it. And I want to say a big thank you to Dr. Ajayi for bringing out this concept, for always doing this yearly. Actually, he told me, said he has been doing it for over 7 or 8 years, but I've never heard about it. That is the power of media. Media is very, very good, I'm telling you. All right, there's this disease, endometriosis. I don't really know much about it. I'm not really going to go much into it because I'm not a medical expert, but I'm going to tell you what I know about it. This sickness, or rather disease, is only for the ladies and all ladies. I will have many symptoms. They say there is no cure for it. Some people are experiencing infertility. It might be because of it you need to go out for a test. If you're a lady, if you're having heavy flow menstruation, or you're having irregular flow menstruation, or you have a low menstruation flow, you need to go and do this test so that they can help you. You can manage it. It can be managed. Yes, according to him, in his words, endometriosis can be managed. I've never heard of this sickness before, and there was this walk that Dr. Ajayi organized that really brought the awareness to the public. Because a lot of people, when being interviewed, they said they've never heard of it before. They don't know what is endometriosis. Sorry, I'm not a medical expert, so just pardon me. If you're a medical expert and you're watching and I'm not pronouncing it very well, I'm so sorry about that. But I'm going to try my best to maintain my beat in pronouncing it. All right, now this endometriosis, they say, is a common health problem affecting women irrespective of class or race who menstruate. Endometriotic growths are benign and non-cancerous, so it can be managed. The causes, they don't know the causes, but what I just want to drag out is that all ladies, we need to know, all women out there, if you're menstruating, you need to know what endometriosis is all about. You need to do your own research on it and find out if you're suffering for it. Last two Saturdays that Dr. Ajayi organized the walk from Oniko Stadium, opposite Oniko Stadium, to this garden. I've forgotten the name of the garden, just left me like that. When he organized the walk, and women came out en masse. People came out en masse. I can tell you, I can assure you that you start seeing the pictures on the screen now. People came out en masse to walk the walk, because we all need to be enlightened. We all need to know what endometriosis is. For all women out there, even the men. The men came out to join the women to walk this walk, to create awareness, to let people know that this is what some women are going through. They don't know the definition of what they're going through. They don't know what is happening to them. When you have heavy flow, you think it's a cause or it's spiritual. I can tell you it is not spiritual. You need to go out for a test. Go out and get tested and know what is happening to you. And they said the effect of endometriosis, it can block the fallopian tubes when growths cover the ovaries or directly affects the tube. It forms scar tissues and adhesions, and problem in your intestines and bladder. Is a pity. It's only the women that suffers this endometriosis. So if you're experiencing all this, you're having any issue with your menstruation, go out and get a test. If you're experiencing infertility, you can be healed. It can be managed, and you have your children, you have your baby, you have your own child. So you just need to do is go out and do a research about the sickness, especially for all women that are menstruating. If you know you're still menstruating, you need to go out and know more about this so that you can heal yourself. You can get healed and you can have your babies. Because at times they might tell you that it's because of the spiritual problems, that's why you're not having baby. At times it's medical. So just go out there and get a test. And I assure you, I'm going to bring in a medical expert that will enlighten us more about this. Thank you. Or I will take a break now to bring you inspirational quotes, and I'll be back with my guest in set. Stay tuned. Alright, welcome back this morning in the house. I'm telling you, you can't guess my guest at all because I have an apostle in the house with me this morning. I have Apostle Olatunde Olakunle in the house with me this morning. All the way, he's not from Lagos. He flew into Lagos this morning because of the program. In fact, I have been inviting him, and you remember there was a day I said I was expecting another pastor on set. Yes, now I have him on 6 this morning. He's here flew all the way from Abuja this morning to Lagos. Who reached out with Tessie. Thanks for calling, sir. I appreciate your calling, sir. Thank you very much. Say hello to the people at home.
Good morning, everyone. This is Apostle Olatunde Adekule Jonathan, the General Overseer of the Eagles Evangelistic Ministry, Calabar, Cross River State.
You're welcome, sir. All right, this morning we'll be looking at some things that are affecting we Christians. We'll be looking at it from Christianity. We'll be looking at it from the Christianity reflection, from the perspective of the Christianity. That's what we'll be looking at this morning. Because there are a lot of things that I think is wrong. I won't say it's wrong because who am I to judge? I can't judge. But there are some things we'll say, and there are some things that is happening. I don't know, like someone said, religion has destroyed the world. That is what someone said. And truly, if we look at the world, the killings and everything, it's one thing, religion, one thing, two things. At the end of the day, you will know that it's still all about this religion. At times, I used to look at it as is religion a cause? But I won't say it's a cause. Because I believe, I'm a religious person. I believe so much in God. But there are some things that is happening, like let's start with tithing first. Let's take it from there first. Let's look at that angle of tithing.
Okay, before we go into that, let me first of all address what you talk about, the religion. You see, religion is demonic. Religion is satanic. 80 to 90% of the trouble we're having in the whole world today is as a result of religion. Christ came to die for all. You see, I tell people, revelation is progressive. You will see a Christian condemn Muslim, a Muslim condemn Christian. And the question is this: from the beginning, God himself blessed this creation. He blessed this creation, and all the promises he made for them, they are fulfilling the promises. So the case is the case of we now fighting the fight of God. I am not a religious person. I am a Christian, and Christianity is not a religion. Christianity is the true image of Christ. So how we come about the religion aspect of it is what I don't understand. For instance, religion in some churches, they tell you don't wear trousers, don't use earring, don't do this, don't do that. Some churches, they will say the man sits separate, the woman sits separate. And I keep asking, how do we get to this level? And you see, religion is a killer. For everyone that wants to become and live a fulfilled life must back out of religion. Now coming to tithing. You see, tithing is a topic I would not want to talk more about. But I'm going to start with this. Matthew 22:37, the Bible tells me, thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart. How many heart do we have? One.
One heart.
But the Bible says with all thy heart. It means loving God without reservation. Thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy might, with all thy strength. Now if you go to verse 38, he said, this is the first and the greatest commandment. The verse 39 now said, the one that look like it, thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. Coming to tithing, if I love God, is a case of a man and a woman being in relationship. When a man loves a woman, anything that touches the heart of that man or that woman, he goes to any length to do anything. Money will not be an issue. You see, we have a lot of things happening in the body. So talking about tithing, to me, I see it as irrelevant. But I'm going to put it this way. If you love God, if your faith carries it that you pay tithe, please go ahead and do it. Okay. If your faith does not carry it, don't do it.
It's not a sin.
But hear this, there is nothing like if I don't pay tithe, I will go to hellfire. Or if I don't pay tithe, I will not make heaven. 2 Corinthians 5:17, I beg your pardon, 2 Corinthians 5:17 said, therefore, if any man be in Christ, is a new creature. All things have passed away. Behold, all things have become new. Christ is our figure. Christ is our role model. And if Jesus is our role model, I am not against tithe. In our church, they still pay tithe. But it's not a force. If you feel you want it willingly, go ahead. And if you feel you are not in the category of paying tithe, please still serve God. The most important thing is that love God with your heart, love God with your might, love God with your spirit. Because the truth of your matter is God doesn't spend money. If you come to church, pay me tithes, whether you put it in an envelope or you give me by hand, whether the pastor pay the money to the bank, there is no single kobo that move out of any ministry without the approval of the. Many of us, I'm including myself now, many of us, we are sincerely wrong. Now, how do I mean by sincerely wrong? Now, we are sincere, but we are wrong. For instance, now, telling somebody that if you don't pay tithes, you will go to hell. Such person is preaching with the sincerity and genuineness of heart, but it's wrong. You are not the one to determine where someone will go to. You are not his creator.
Yeah.
So who are you to determine whether somebody is going to hellfire or going to heaven? Your own is present Christ to the person. Allow the Holy Spirit to do the personal conviction. But in a situation that you want to present Christ, you want to be the one to convince the person that you are. I have a son that said to me, say, sir, even if they like, let them preach about against tithe. Jesus come, me, I will continue to tithe with you. He said, anyhow they see it, go. Yeah. Anyhow, and I collect from him, I prayed. A young lady came in January and carried all her salary that she's giving me as first fruit. I said, no, you will pay your children's school fees. You will pay rent. Take this money, sort out your bill. And she said, sir, don't hinder my blessing. That is what my faith agrees with. After I tried to convince her, she refused. Listen to me. I collected the money, prayed for her, and I pocketed the money. Because Jesus doesn't need the money. I need the money.
That is just the truth. So
if we can be real to ourselves, even your followers, the people you are leading, knows you need the money. But tell them this is it. There was a particular, I think early last year, we were to have tarry night in the church. All night, I think one of the third Fridays. And then my wife said to me that, Daddy, there is nothing in the house. So I said, hey, don't say that. There is enough in the house. And while I was driving to church, I was worried because of what she said, that there is nothing in the house. I drove to church. I got to church, my mind was inconcentrate, and I said to them on the altar, I said, I'm not going to preach today. So one of you should come and collect mic from me and preach. And they were like laughing that I've started again the way I crack jokes and everything. I said, no, because my wife just spoke to me that my wife was doing like this, don't say. I said, sit down there. I said, my wife just spoke to me now that there's no food in the house. So I cannot come and stand on the altar and be preaching without food. Oh my goodness. You see, so you said there is no food in the house. Altar was littered with money. Did I manipulate anybody?
No. You told them.
Did I ask them to give me money? No. So willingly they give me the money. So if somebody is now coming out to condemn me on that, well, you are on your own. You are on your own. Because the same people that are talking in whatever they are doing, if they have the opportunity to the money, they will do more than that. They will do more than that. It's just that we are quick to judge people and to condemn. And you see, there is a dimension of success you get to that even you can't control it again. A particular bishop that I would not want to mention his name was interviewed several years when I was still in Lagos, and they said to him, sir, did you believe in anything? In Yoruba, there is something we call agbano, devourer. That you believe in agbano, do you believe in devourer? He said, well, if such thing exists, he will enter into my money, devour whatever he wants to devour, and move out. Now that statement to me, it's somehow, because if I happen to be in his level, excuse me, I will have used such money to impart others. Because the secret of continuous supply in life is to make impact in the lives of other people. I'm not saying he's not doing it. I'm only saying based on what he said, or the statement, that if a devourer enter into the money, devourer will eat enough and step out of the money. We are all striving to get there. Like I said earlier, revelation is progressive, and I pray God will see us through.
Amen, Pastor. Amen, Pastor. To round up this section, because we still have another guest in the house, I want to ask this question again: is church wedding compulsory? Because you know, if you want to have your wedding, the traditional wedding is there. That is money, and I believe the church wedding is the most expensive. Because from church you go to reception, and from reception you have to feed a lot of people. And people still say, even in church, if you don't go to church, maybe that means that marriage is not the blessed marriage. It's the blessed marriage.
Let me start with myself. My first daughter is in Afabala University. She will be graduating by May of this year. I did both church wedding, traditional marriage, court. Now, if we are doing the court marriage, maybe for the legal days, maybe you want to travel out with your family now, you'd still need it because of visa and all this stuff. That's the court marriage. But you see, how we come about the church wedding, even me, I cannot explain. I've wedded a lot of people in our church, and if they still come tomorrow, I will still wed them. But it is not compulsory. Marriage is the concept of both parents.
Okay.
That is why you say in church, before a priest wed anyone, he will ask, who gave this woman out in marriage? It's not who is giving her out in marriage. Who gave her out in marriage? Then the person will come out, hand over the child, pick the child, and hand over to the priest. Reason for that, if you have paid a bride price, your parents have agreed. Even if your parents they are idol worshiper, as long as they are the one that brought you to this world, please, you need their consent before going into marriage. If any pastor said to you that, okay, if your parents are not accepting, come, I will join you. No, you are only incurring the wrath of God. It's a curse. It's very, very wrong. Whether they are diabolic or they are witches and wizards, God saw them as a witch before he allowed you to pass through their leon. It is not a must. When two of my children came to me and said, we want to wed. We are planning for our this in March, April, but sir, there is no much money, there is no this, there is no that. Though we have gone to see the parents, they said they will collect this, they will collect that. I uploaded it on my page, on my social media. I said, okay, come. You, both of you have agreed. Your parents have accepted. Then go settle the bills. If you settle with the parents, whatever they agree with you, you are married. Any Sunday you come for Thanksgiving, I will bless you. On that heaven and earth, that marriage. In fact, in the first place, I do not know how we got to that level of chief bridesmaid, then something train, and you see people just say, won't you buy my wedding clothes? Some will even inherit enemy because you didn't come for wedding. And I keep asking, how do we get to this? If you want to do church, even if it's just 4 or 5 persons to witness it, pray, let everybody go. So you see, it's high time that elders in ministry comes out and tell the people the truth. Tell them the truth. Because hear this, all of us who will leave this world and die one day, and will give account of our stewardship. We will give account of our stewardship. So if you remember, if you know that hell is real as heaven is real, then you will live a life that glorifies him. Because if you miss heaven, you can't miss hell. It's either you are a candidate of heaven or you are a candidate of hell. You just have to go to one. So why not just live a life? Tell the people the truth. If you are sincere, God knows how to bless you. I'm not from.
We should involve all the people in Africa, not just Nigerians alone. But you're talking about Nigerians alone. So why? Okay.
I think the reason why our concentration is much here in Nigeria
is because we are Nigerians.
Yeah, we are Nigerians.
Okay.
And the structure of African what is built, in Nigerian context, in the sense that as a country we are facing a lot of challenges. So anywhere anybody can contribute his own quota, can come up with his own way of contributing. Okay. And our own way of contributing is having an annual lecture. I will discuss national issue. Like this year's theme, we're talking about. This year's theme is Nigerians. Where do we go from here after 58 years of independence?
Okay.
Don't forget our founding fathers had a better dream of a better Nigeria. But with the political turbulence and crisis, current leaders have not been able to, achieve the dreams of our founding fathers, and which has become a very big problem for us as a nation. So to remind the people that look, we have it. Our founding father have a dream. Okay. Why are we deviating from it? Let's come back. Let's sit together. Let's dialogue on issues. Let's see how we can make some meaningful contribution to solving some of these crises. And that was the essence of coming with that team, Nigerians. Where do we go from here? And the awardees for this year is so significant to us. But we are talking about who have made indelible mark. This year we are having the rector of Yaba Tech, Engineer Femi Omokube. If you go into that institution now, you can see that the man has actually transformed the institution. If you go there, you can do your documentary on that and see what that man has done.
Well, this year award is being sincere because I don't believe in awards. I'm sorry. I don't know, because in Nigeria these days, before they give you an award, you have to pay. That's what most of them do. That's what they do back doors. Yeah, they will approach you that they want to give you an award, they want to celebrate you, and you have to pay for that award. So that's why I don't know. I just lost faith in. I just lost my faith in award. That if you're not paying, I prefer it to be real. So hope you people are real enough.
Well, like I said, if you go through our profile online, you will discover that most people who have given award are high-profile people who have gotten to the presidency, down to even to international level.
Is it about having high profile or about your humanitarian job that you've done?
Okay. I think the idea here is like I said earlier that those who have made meaningful contributions,
those have made impact. Okay.
Society.
Okay. Now I'm getting
Of course, when you talk about an award, most people have this notion, quote.
You understand that I have to pay. They're selling it. You understand? And you see people go out there and they start making their fake speech.
Of course.
That I appreciate this people. I dedicate this to my children, to my father, to my brother. The award that you paid for to get. I don't know.
Okay. Let me tell you something. Right away. You see, every organization must have logistics crisis. Especially when you have a media outfit. Like if your media outfit wants to do something, you will agree with me that you have to seek for advert from some of these awardees. Okay.
Yeah.
So those are the way we go about it.
Yeah.
We seek for advert.
That's the basic saying enough.
Yes. So from these goodwills and adverts, we try to use it to complement what the media has for the budget of that event. That is what we do. We don't have this idea of you have to pay money for get award. Of course, if you go to find out about the awardees, you discover that these are people who will not even give you a dime if you go and tell them, okay, I'm giving you an award, come and pay money. But they have integrity.
Yeah, thank you. That's it. That's it. If you have that, you'll never pay for the world.
let me just give you one instance. Like when we spoke with Dr. Quincy Ayodele, and the first question she asked is, I hope I'm not paying for this award.
Okay, you can see that mentality.
So I now said,
so it's not just with me alone, it's with everyone.
I have to refer her, go to our side, find out people who have received this award, then you will know that our award is not, maybe you have to pay before you get it. No, integrity. The African Watch has integrity.
All right. We just have to round up the segment. So what do you have to tell people out there before we go about the African Watch? Well,
I think Nigeria is at the verge of serious, if I may say, political evolution. So I would advise Nigerians that let us see how we can solve our problem as a united country, so that we can have a peaceful nation.
All right, that's a very good one. Thanks for calling, Mr. Columbus. Time is not always a friend of mine. That is me. All right, yes, if you've enjoyed today's episode with me, remember, Pitch Talk will say it's the way it is. Join me same time next week, only on MITV, same time, same minutes, same hour, same station. I'm your host again, Teresa Adeyemi. Remember, come out of your comfort zone and grab every opportunities that you come across. Don't always sit in your comfort zone and think you're going to get the best of things. Come out of your comfort zone, I tell you, and you're going to be happy you did it. It's a bye-bye from my end. Bye.